So you know how we all joke that when something happens, it's not until like 3 a.m. the next day or a week later that you're like, man, I had a perfect answer for that. Recently, I hosted a few people at my home, people of my community, like the big members of my community. And there were a few people who hadn't been here before. And one of them is this uncle that he's watched me grow up, right? He's known me over 20 years. We just kind of see each other every now and then at events, and he's never been over. So he was over this past weekend, and he came to me. He's like, "Oh, thank you so much for hosting us, and how you doing? Wow, so this is your house, huh? I mean, it's a nice house. I mean, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I work hard for it, right?" So it's like, "Oh, it's a nice, beautiful house. What about? I mean, like, kind of hedging, right?" It's like, "Oh, something." He said something about a husband, and I was like, "No, I don't have a husband." And then he goes on to say, "Oh, how come? So how can you afford all of this?" And I'm like, "I work hard, right?" It's like, "What do you do?" He kind of just goes off on those things, and I, in a moment, I'm like, "What kind of questions are these, right?" Then I'm like, "Whatever, it's simple enough," so I answer his questions appropriately. But it wasn't until like a few days later that I'm just like, "Damn, that was the perfect opportunity to just slide in there that I have a sugar daddy who takes care of my bills." That would have been perfect. Just so I could see the shock on his face, right? Because it's like, who asks those kind of questions? Yes, you can have walk somewhere and be like, "Oh man, this house, this kid, how is it that she did all of this and all of that?" You're thinking about it, but you're not going to come out and ask it, right? At least most people I don't think would, especially with somebody you haven't seen in a long time. um, so I was like, man, I should have just said that I have a sugar daddy who takes care of all my bills. It would have been perfect. And granted, this is this is the same uncle. He's hosting an event in a few weeks, and he's trying to invite me to. So I was. He's texted me, sent me the invitation. So I'm like, okay, uncle, I'm gonna try and see how I can, if I can come. And tell me why this man replies, "Oh, you're calling me uncle, huh? That means that a young bachelor like me, you've already placed me in a corner, huh?" I'm just, I'm gonna have to write a book someday to younger people as far to help them navigate these situations with uncles. You see, these African uncles, parents. You have to be careful who you put your kids around. These African parents, especially, because we go to events and we're like, no, we're in families, and we leave the kids over there to spend time with other kids, and then some